Afternoon, traders. Welcome out to the Tradespoon live trading room, stocks and options, closing bell. My name is Scott. Where is everybody? It's very light today. I don't understand. Market's been pretty good. Shouldn't we have more? How's everyone been doing? Everyone's trading going okay? Interesting today. We'll talk about the news and the implications. But how is everybody feeling? Weigh in. Watching Jer Bear. We don't call him Chairman Powell here. We call him by his unofficial nickname that all his closest friends call him, Jer Bear. I sent him a text earlier this morning. I think he got it. I was in the camp of raising it one more time and then a pause, and I was wrong. They had priced in a 70% chance of a new hike, and they didn't give it, but they did say we're going to take a break and then continue. I almost feel like it sets the stage for like a unexpected half a point surprise hike, Alan Greenspan type move. Later in the summer, I guess I don't even know if it'd be this summer. It'd be 3 months, late summer, middle of September. But it looks like maybe even 6 weeks later. Yeah. So. Yes. Okay, let's take a look. We have to take the hedge, right? Inflation nowhere close to the 2% target. You're right. But remember, they're trying to find the balance of nudging it so that it rolls and keeps rolling, but not shoving it, right? Think about like a putt. They're trying to putt this thing. And they want a 2-putt if they can. So they don't want to come up and now knock it hard and just shoot it just as far to the other side of the hole. They want to get a nice little hit, get it close, and see now what do we need? And then they can decide, oh, that wasn't nearly enough, or that was pretty good. Let's tap it again and see if we can't get it all the way home. Trying to find the needle in the haystack. Oh, it's tough. I mean, come on, man. This is the biggest economy in the world. This is by far. So it's a tough job, and so they're thinking, right? They've made some progress. Even this last report, the CPI and the PPI came down, and so it's like, if they hit it hard, would it accelerate? Yes, but would it accelerate to the point of stalling the economy? And that's what they're trying to avoid, I think. Interesting. This is me. I've been trading for a while, teaching for a while. It looks like we have a few more trickling in. Oh, come on, man. We gotta talk about it. We gotta process it together. Here are the disclosures. You know them, you love them. Etc. Okay, let's take a look. What's going on? Fed skips a rate hike, but forecasts more to come. Yeah, I mean, if it's a quarter of a point in 3 months, and then they're like, yeah, let's do one more quarter of a point, I think we can handle that. I mean, I think right now the other balance in the act, the other balancing variable in the act is banks and the financial sector. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of banks that are in jeopardy, right? They haven't managed themselves the way they would need to and are now in jeopardy. And so they know that if they raise rates, they could put some stress on that. So I think that's also giving them, some time for the financial institution to better absorb it and not have any more. The last thing we want is raise it a quarter and have 6 or 7 more bank failures, right? So yeah, it's an interesting situation. Fed dot plot now shows rates peaking at 5.6%. Stock slip as Fed suggests more hikes are coming. Well, kind of, but it slipped and then came right back. Because remember, that's how it works. We know we're not going to react to the initial response. Let's look at this. I'll show you what I mean. We're not going to. We've been waiting for you, Bob. God, you can make it. Now we'll get started. We don't react to the initial. This was the initial. And it was like, oh, we're worried. And then it comes down, and then Jer starts talking, and it comes back, and we get it all back. And now you can see it's a little bit of a tweezer hold. It's going to be an interesting quiz today. But yeah, I'm not going to panic and get out only to watch it recover, right? If I'm going to sit through this thing, I'm going to sit all the way through to the end of the day. Last thing I want to do is be like, oh shit, my trades are going against me. Panic, sell it, watch it come back and be right back where it was. Can't do it. If you're going to hold, you got to be ready to hold, not hold for the first 10 minutes and then get scared out of it. Bob says sell everything. No, don't do it. Don't do it. All right. Let's keep talking. Let's keep yapping about it. It's all about it. Look, Fed, Jer Bear speaking. Microsoft Starfield. I don't know what that is. I don't care. AI. The economy is actually slipping into what? What are we slipping into? Now I got to know. They piqued my interest. Into an expansion. Is that what this guy called? I would say I've been calling out bullishness for most of this year, to be fair. I said I don't see any reason why we would expect an inflation, and I believe our recession happened last year. Now, could things change? Sure. And if they do, I'm going to be water, and I'm going to adapt to it. Fred says, how about you close your trap and give us a quiz? Okay. No need to be rude about it. I will give us a quiz. I'll skip right to it just for you, Fred, just for you. It's going to be, look at that doji, high wave doji. For me, that high wave doji occurring at what I would say is a resistance level in an overbought scenario. I would not at all be surprised to have us come back down. I'm okay if we get through that a little bit. As I draw this line, I would be okay if we came all the way down here to about 426, 427, somewhere in there. We got plenty. Stella changed her mind on cues from bearish to, hey, okay now. Well, look, we took it with a grain of salt and said, well, let's wait. We're not going to sell the technology farm just yet. Okay, quiz. Whoa. I'm going to put it around the body of the first candle after the announcement was made. That's where it's going to go. So we're going to go a high here and a low here. That body of that candle. A, B, C. We got, oh man, people are still trickling in, but we're light. I need everyone's extra special participation. 437.20, 437.30. 437.30 by 435.50. So it's $2.20 range. If you think it's going to be below 435.50, you're a C. Above 437.30, you're an A. Dennis is a C. Fred is a C. Koo is a C. Ted is a C. What's going on, all you bears? Jacques is a B. I mean, I'm thinking B, maybe even A. Like, I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe we bounce at the end. I'm doing it. I'm calling A. I think that the sellers are capitulating, and I think the buyers, after making that post press conference run, they're gonna give it another shot, and they're gonna push it up. So I'm gonna buck the trend today. I'm gonna go A Bob is joining Jacques in the B Club. Okay. Dead cat bounce is what I saw. I think there are two Teds. Are there two Teds? I have one. I have a Fred and a Ted. Fred and Ted? Yeah. Okay. Let's see what Stella says about the quiz. Let's see if she. Okay. No problem. No problem, sir. Okay. Stella's with me. She says it's gonna hold in the B range and then it's gonna bounce on up. Bulls coming in. Me and Stella are A's. Me and Stella are A's. Magnificent. Magnificent. Let's go back here. Anybody else want to get in on this action? We got 4 C's, 2 B's, and I ride alone as an A. I'm looking forward to a solo gold medal. I haven't found one. Let's do it. Let's see. All right. I know some of you are thinking, man, I should change my answer. It's too late. Window's closed. Window is closed. Big Doji, but yeah, we may would be my first medal. That's Bob. That's just hurtful, man. That's hurtful. I've won many medals, many medals, especially in my mind. All right, Fred. Hassle me any longer. Okay, what do we know about the calendar? PPI expected to come in at 0.2, came in at minus 0.1, or expected at minus 0.1, came in at minus 0.3. Year over year, expected at 2.3, we came in at 1.1. We're expecting 3.3, came in at 2.8. That's very favorable. Honestly, when you look at the fact that we had lucrative numbers for CPI and they came in, we had pretty good numbers expected for PPI and they exceeded. I'm not surprised that they held off. That was good numbers. That's favorable to us. Now what? Now we have tomorrow. We've got jobless claims expected back under the 250 mark that I like to see. Retail sales unexpectedly up a little last time. We're expecting them to just sort of pause, but barely. And that's actually quite helpful. I mean, that tells me the Fed's on the right track. If the sales dropped hugely, that could risk a stall. If it didn't drop at all, we're not going to see inflation drop. So a slight pullback in retail sales is exactly what we need. Exactly what we need for the inflation to steadily decline. We've got retail sales, we've got Empire State Manufacturing and industrial production capacity utilization. And then Friday we have consumer sentiment. I would love to see sales down a little and consumer confidence stay flat. It does. I don't think we're ready for consumer confidence to come roaring back in. I think slowly. Now they're saying we may tick up a little bit in consumer sentiment. I think that's fine. Yes. All right. Next week, not much at all. Markets closed Monday. Housing starts Tuesday. Fed chairman nominations Wednesday. So there's really nothing there, right? Next week is just going to be a follow through by however this week finishes, or if there's no new news, then my expectation is that we're going to continue to get the more of what we have, and more of what we have for me is bullish. So I'm good with that. No problem. All right. Forecast toolbox, Stella, SPY, bullish. QQQ, Bob said we have a bit of a shift. Let's see if he's right. He sure is. Now, saying that it might top out a little bit and pull back, but I'm okay with that. It's bullish overall. I agree that we could be topping out and look for a consolidation. I actually think this would happen sooner than Stella does. I'm thinking this is where we are, and then this piece here shifts over by 2 or 3 days, and we see that, and then we can go from there. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I would like to see. DIA. Bullish on the Dow. Let's look at IWM. Now, IWM is an area that I've been looking for small caps to start getting into the fray a little more. And if they did, I would raise my posture even more so. And they are. Love it. Everything's looking bullish from this perspective. From this perspective, the second half of June has a tendency to consolidate. So I still think that might happen, but let's just see if it's muted rather than, larger than prior moves. But July is bullish. So if we do have some sort of a consolidation, what was the significance of that doggy you mentioned? Did I mention the Dow? I'm not sure what. Sorry, I got into my rhythm and I didn't see what that question when that came in. Give me clarification, Bob, if I missed what it was. Oh, Doji. Is that what you mean? Doji. D-O-J, sorry. D-O-J-I. Spinning top candlestick. A Doji candlestick. Now, what's the significance? Nothing yet. It's indecision, right? But indecision, then when we put context on it, indecision at support versus indecision at resistance, well, those are two different things. So how do I see it? I see it more as indecision at resistance. So if it turns over tomorrow, then it becomes an evening star doji. Fancy name, fancy. But a doji, D-O-J-I. If you're ever pursuing additional knowledge in candlesticks, you could look at common formations. You got it. Sorry, you said doggy, and I'm like, I do talk about dogs a lot. Was I talking about a dog and I didn't even realize it? All right, today. Is this updated? Man, AMD. Oh, no, it wasn't. Okay. Capital markets, a little bit of weakness here in the financials. Healthcare, not doing great. Energy, not doing great. That's fine. What's doing well? Oh, my NVIDIA trade is doing well. Yay, NVIDIA. Microsoft, Apple. Those are my three horsemen. Amazon, not as well. Consumer defensive is showing a bit of strength. I'm not really too concerned about that. But there you go. Let's get into it and take a look at our watch list. All right, let's see how we are progressing now. Oh, there's that bounce Stella and I were talking about. There's that bounce, bouncing right off the bottom of the B's, and the B was 435.50. It got down to 435 or 436.50. It got down to 436.59, as expected. As I expected completely. Now it's bouncing, and I expect it to continue to bounce and work its way up above 438. So, hey, it's John. John is here, everybody. Hi, John. Buenos dias, compadre. All right. Let's get back out and let's talk about the VIX. Such a beautiful low VIX. I find myself, the quiz dropped. Look at that VIX. Oh, is that a lower high already? Already a lower high? I was thinking this thing was, I'm like, as long as it stays below 16. Oh, look at that. 2 days up. Even those 2 days up, I was like, that's weird. Like it was, the market seemed fine, but this makes me feel comfortable holding my bullish trades even longer still. Even longer still. Are you in bullish trades? Who has bullish trades on? Who was with me? I said this earlier this week. I said it last week, I think, too. I said, look, with the way the economy's going, the way that my posture is scoring, I'm going to hold. I think that the institutions know more than I do, and they're positioning to hold through this. So am I. So 6, yes, love it. Love it. Magnificent. Okay, let's get to the watch lists. You guys are talking too much today. We've got to get to the watch lists. Last week took off the hedges. Love it. I love that A, you have hedges and you're looking to hedge at the right time. B, that you took them off. Oh, it's just, I'm crying tears of trading joy right now. I can't even tell you. Let's start at the top. Apple. I feel fine. I feel like it's got a little more to go. I'd like to maybe take a little bit off at 185 if it can get there. If it can't get past this tomorrow, if it kind of eases sideways again, then I'll probably take half off there. It's not a lot of profit, but there is some profit. And then C, but I feel okay with that. I did not take AI. It just didn't look right to me. I don't know. It's kind of a choppy one there as far as that goes. AMAT. Oh no, AMAT. AMAT. It was a nice trade. It's kind of weird now. I mean, it just feels like it is starting to consolidate. So I'm going to wait, but I would definitely trade this. If it consolidates above 130, 150, I'm definitely looking to trade that. Maybe 135-ish, somewhere around there. AMD started to give a trade, then just sort of gave it back. I don't know. It was a weird one. There was big bearish engulfing pattern when everything else was okay. Amazon. So I have an Amazon on, and I'm looking to probably just shut her down. I think there may be just like a little hint of profit, but mostly break even. I don't like the way it's looking like it's pinching and hitting some resistance. Oh, my NVIDIA rocket ship I love NVIDIA. NVIDIA and I are best friends, I would say. I don't know if that's going too far, but I would say we're best friends. ASAN. This was an interesting one. I was thinking about it in here, and I'm like, and this kind of moved on me. These are new. These are new software ones that I'm looking at. ATVI, that looks viable. And I would imagine if we thought about it, it has a good hike in action. Oh, look at that. Let's maybe come back to ATI. Now, what's the one downside of ATI? The implied volatility is a little high. You'll notice at the bottom of my chart. And it's a little high because it's in like acquisition actions being taken, I guess you would say. But the EU is blocking it. I think that was what I read. Anyone know for sure? I believe Microsoft was looking to acquire, but then it was blocked in a European court, maybe? Does that sound right? Something like that. We'll come back. I like that. Let's see what Stella thinks about ATVI. John says yes. Okay, I thought so. So funny. I laugh every time I see Yahoo betray my shopping. I already bought tires. You're too late. Tire rack or whatever that was. I already bought them. They came today. They're trying to block the companies. U.S. is suing to block them. Opinion on possible profit taking by retail customers. I mean, look, I'm in Microsoft and I'm going to hold it, and I'm thinking about trading ATVI. So my thought is I'm going to trade what I see and see where it takes me. What was I looking at? ATVI. Sorry, I got distracted. I know that's easy. You're like, what? Scott, you got distracted? Normally, you're a pillar of focus. Something I've never been called. Said nobody ever. I don't know. No, Stella's like iffy on it. Interesting. How does she feel about Microsoft? Okay, at least she still likes Microsoft. Fair enough. We can compromise. Nikola under $1. I know we were talking about that the other day, John. I think you missed it. We were talking about like Nikola's a penny stock, and I can't sing my Nikola Ricola song anymore. Oh, all right. Back to the let's get back to the watch list. BLDR. Oof, that was not great, right? For industrials. We'll see what happens there, but I'm okay if I ever miss, like, I wouldn't look at this and be like, oh, it broke support because it had this little pullback. Support for me is more down like around this level, 114. So if it pulls back to like 117 and then it turns around, I would absolutely consider that viable and ready to go. CPRT, I would say I don't love it. Market's doing okay, and this is showing a bearish engulfing on a stock that was already meandering sideways a little bit. I'm not really interested. CRM, similar. I think that we can find better software companies than this. Like CrowdStrike. You guys remember when we traded CrowdStrike a few times back, like post-pandemic? CrowdStrike was a good pandemic stock, like CrowdStrike, Spotify, was it DocuSign? I think it was. There were some others in that little mix, but look at CrowdStrike coming back into favor. And I would say this looks, I don't know if we'll have the Heiken-Ashi yet. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I would still maybe want to go underneath there, but not by much. And this thing can cook. You can get a good reward to risk. Stochastics looks real nice. Cisco signal was back here. For me, or too late, right? How do I know? You know that I won't trade the third Heiken-Ashi. Last red or first green. That's my rule. It's an easy rule. You just go in and be like, look, is it the last red or the first green? Now, that's for a bounce trade. If it's a continuation trade, you may decide differently, right? Then it's just, do you set it based on yesterday's low or today's low, depending on how aggressive you want to be. But for a bounce trade, last red, first green. APRN was a good COVID stock, went from 150 to 7. Peloton, we talked about that one where we're like, oh yeah, that's going to become a clothes hangers, and the secondary market's going to get flooded. Peloton, PTON, Peloton. They should have. I just invented something. They should have a stock symbol spelling bee, right? Where they say, everyone gets up and they just give you a stock. They're like Microsoft. You're like, oh, Microsoft, MSFT, Microsoft. And you got to see who knows. I think I know a lot. I think I have a couple thousand, at least 1,000. I don't know. I think I'd be able to crank through that pretty well. When I was in college, I worked at UPS. I used to dream. I knew all the states' zip code ranges. I sorted next day air letters at the airport, and I used to have like nightmares about zip codes. It's so funny. Oh, they had a stock symbol column on Jeopardy last night. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Come on. You guys keep distracting me. We got to stay focused here. Got to stay focused. Where were we? CrowdStrike. Cisco. We did Cisco. Cisco, too late. DIA, rolling over. DKNG. The DraftKings. It doesn't look good. Looks like it's trying to consolidate. I'm gonna wait on that. Overbought at resistance. I'm gonna wait. GE looks like it's starting to pull back. It's a grinder, but if you're looking for like a diagonal spread stock or something like that, you could do pretty well with something like this. So, and I am looking at calendars and diagonals now that we broke back below 14 for the first time. Very cool as well. If we get a bullish move right now and the VIX drops a little further, just absolutely plan on us doing some diagonal spread trades, period. End of story. Gold, still coming down, not much there. Google looks like it's struggling a little bit. I'm not going to force it, right? I've got plenty of information or plenty of communication services stocks that I like. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking of kicking Google off the island, right? Because when you think about it, you have like this whole nothing burger, and then you got one pop up, and now it's like back into this thing here. Yeah, you know what? John's like, he's with me, gone. We're gonna do it. We're doing it. Google, IBM. I love IBM. I just wanted to pull back. Just pull back, IBM. Come on. Or IBM. IWM looks stronger, but does look like it's in a consolidation. Jets looks great. Need a consolidation. Meta, I'm in. And it's pausing. I'm going to give it a little bit longer, but I'm definitely starting to think, is this thing going to get through resistance at 270? Inquiring minds want to know. Monster, MNST, Monster. Oh. Here we go. Marvell. Oh, okay, let's see. Sorry, Carmen, I didn't see your text earlier, but a B. She's a B. There's a lawsuit. What was the lawsuit for? Update me on that. Marvell looks okay, but that wasn't my trade. Microsoft is mine. I got Microsoft back here. Here is Microsoft, looking good. Going to stay in it. Plenty of upside potential. Netflix. I didn't trade that. Wish I would have. Looking strong as can be, but we need a consolidation back down. NVIDIA. Oh, look at you, you magnificent bastard. So nice. My best friend, NVIDIA. Have I introduced you guys? Very, very nice. Obviously, there's no trade now. If you're in it, you're riding it. If you're not, you're waiting. That's the T. Oracle. I said if it goes parabolic in a shark frenzy, I tend to back out because what shark frenzy's up, shark frenzy's back down. This one was interesting because it was like it went down a little and then popped back up. I mean, we're in this range, but I need a more specific consolidation for that thing to show up and flag me for a trade. Palantir. The stochastic says it's moving up. The candles say it's hitting resistance. I don't like mixed signals. I'm not interested in those mixed signals. QQQ looks fine. Looks like it still has room to go. Cruises maybe are pulling back a little bit. Maybe. We will see. What else? If I could get my keyboard to work. SMCI. I think this looks close. It's a little bit, I mean, it's not quite parabolic. It's pretty strong. It gapped up, ran higher, paused, moved higher. I've got this on my short list, SMCI. Trades about 4.5 million shares. I haven't traded it yet. I guess we could go look at the options together. I thought we had something there. Never mind. Okay. What am I looking at? SMCI. I mean, they're decent by open interest, but they're kind of shit by spread. I don't love these spreads. I mean, these have weeklies and they have hundreds of contracts, but these spreads are just not good. 70 cents. I mean, it's in the range of like it's less than 10% if I did these, but I don't know. That's a lot of slippage, right? You're talking even here at the 255, slightly out of the money. 40 cents, that's $40 a contract. I could maybe split it. I don't know. I am on the fence with this. I really don't like it, to be honest, but I do like the trade. I maybe with just a couple of contracts, a little lighter than normal, just to kind of see, am I able to get in and out with some efficiency? I don't know. That's a tough one. PHM. I tossed PHM out of frustration. It does look good, right? I don't know why I got impatient with it in here. I have no explanation, but I did. I'm like, it tried to go and it looked like it was going to turn, and then it's like, oh yeah, Scott, you got impatient with me. Now what? All right, I'll put it back on the list to see if it consolidates and tries moving into the trend again. I'm humble. I can accept when I was wrong, extend my apologies to PHM, and then we can move forward as friends. I do like that one, and I do like where it is, right? The sector that it's in. Also, very nice. Yeah. Yes. All right. Where are we on the list? Stochastics did give a good signal. You're not wrong. Did we do? Okay, we're on Spotify. So Spotify looks okay. I mean, it's stochastics in a good place. It gave a signal. It's kind of grinding. Like if you like it, it's given a signal, and you can still take it, even if you thought, "Well, this was the signal here." It hasn't moved. It's a little bit of a grinder. It's up to you. Could you do like a calendar spread type deal with this, or even like a diagonal? Probably so. SPY. So apparently the market heard me bragging about the fact that we crossed into A territory. You can see I bragged here. The next candle, the market's like, oh yeah, and is now fallen back down into the B range. I don't know if there's any specific trades that we've put on together right now. I was trying to think. A lot of these we've talked about, but it's just so hard with only getting it one afternoon and one morning a week to get trades on together. You know, it's rare that we see them firing when they're supposed to fire. Okay, so right now we're in B territory. I'm going to apologize to the market for bragging early. That was on me. I apologize, and we'll see if it can change course because of that. You were going to be an A. I'm an A. I'm the only A. Stella was an A. Me and Stella. TEAM. I mean, it turned, right? It turned, but at the same time, it looks like it's stalling. I don't know. I didn't trade that one. A lot of these are new software, and I haven't watched them for very long, so I just was like, you know what? Maybe I'll hold off and just get my feet wet with these a little bit better. I live with that. You know, I live with that. Tesla. Look at Tesla. All working well. Okay. Ooh, SYK. Striker. SYK. Striker. I could go either way. You can give me the symbol. I'll give you the name. Give me the name. I'll give you the symbol. I feel pretty good about that. Striker with a gap up. Where'd that come from? Ah, Medical Co. Yeah, medical devices, aren't they? I thought they were. Maybe I'm wrong. My knowledge does not always extend into that. So I put Striker. Let's see, Striker Healthcare. It did break the consolidation, and now definitely have a higher high. I'd put it on the list. Yeah, I can live with that. What else? What else? TM? TM. Toyota. Oh my gosh, look at Toyota. Consumer discretionary, though, am I right? That was our third sector. That's where we're finding the momentum. That's a bit parabolic to me. I'm not sure I would do anything with that, but it is sure jumping. You are not wrong about that. At first, I was thinking TSM. Let's see how our old friends. Oh, now look at you. Look at you, Taiwan Semiconductor. I'm adding you to the list. You look great. We haven't seen you for a while, but have you been working out? That's what I'm thinking to myself right now. Okay, where are we? God, I'm getting this. My ADD is really not great today. I keep getting distracted. TSM, VIX. VIX looks good. W looks like it's trying to roll over. That could be an opportunity forming. Little bit of a bull flag for all you bull flaggers. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little cheat code. I'm a big fan of Chat GPT. So I was talking, and someone's like, "What's a bull flag?" If you have one-off questions about trading, sign up for Chat GPT and ask it. So this morning I said, Chat GPT, what is a bull flag and how do I trade it? Okay, now I am going to go to whoever gave me the last comment. No answer, John says. I'm going to answer that and send it to everyone. Paste. Oh gosh, is this going to work? It's a long one. It's a long one, but I'm putting it here so you can see. You might have to adjust. Did I send it? I think I did. Here it comes. You guys ready? Bing. Go. Ready. Ready. Go. It's not letting me send it. What the hell? Send. It's not letting me. Okay. You know what? I have no idea why that's not working. Ask the Magic 8 Ball instead. Right. Paste. Send to all. There we go. All right. There it is. Look at that. Look at that answer. Beautiful. You can ask it anything you want. It'll give you information. Look, here's the deal. If we're gonna get taken over by computers at some point, if machines are gonna take over and enslave us, a la Terminator, well, we may as well take advantage of it while we can before that time. That's me. That's what I'm doing. And if and when the machines take over, it serves us right. It serves us right. Okay, where were we? Distracted by Chat GPT. That's where we were. XLE, energy drop in financials, struggling a little bit today. XLI. So XLI is to me where the next money flow is. So I'm going to be this weekend searching through. I'm going to be searching through the sector and looking to see if I can add some industrials, maybe Caterpillar, maybe John Deere, Cummins. Maybe we'll get some things back on the list that weren't on the list, and we'll see where that puts us. XLP, iffy, XLU, iffy, XLY, still strong. Let's go back up. Which was the one we were looking at? We were looking at ATVI. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and put a stop loss in at the low of this, 80.38. I'm going to say 80. Let's go 80, 81, 80.15. That's $1. I'm risk $1 to make what? I should be able to get at least 3. Where's the next level? I'd say 85. That's a little over $3.5 to make 3.5. Let's take a look. How much time do I have? Okay. Okay. ATVI. And we said 80.15 on one side, 85 on the other side. What day is today? It's a Wednesday. Let's give it a week. I want 1 week. Son of a gun. 1 week from now. The options are not fab. Oh, geez, they are in June. Let's go to July's. Standard July's. Thousands of contracts. 230, 345. Slightly out of the money. We're looking at about $117 per contract. So, that's the wrong way. 2 contracts puts us less than 250 to 2 to 250 range. Why am I risking 2 to make 2? Something seems off here. Okay, something seems off. Wide bid ask. Is that what it is? It really is, isn't it? 65 cents. How is it so wide with so much open interest? I'm going to be honest, I kind of skipped over it. Yes, Jacques, I do find it a little too big. I do find it too. I mean, it's interesting because it's not bad out of the money. 15, 8. But it's like right at the money. And then as you go in the money, it gets worse again. Yeah, the market makers are kind of screwing you on this one. I don't like it. And I wonder, you know what I wonder? if they're widening their spread. So an explanation, or at least a theory for the explanation. In a high VIX environment, we know that the VIX is representative of the institutions protecting themselves. Well, the market makers are going to protect themselves. How does a market maker protect themselves? They collect more up front. How do they do that? They widen the spreads. So in a high implied volatility environment, you're going to find overall a preponderance of wider spreads. So why? Well, because they're pricing in more money for them because they're taking more risk by putting the trade on at that time. I think that might be what we're seeing here, is knowing that the merger could pass or fail. They're definitely, definitely widening the spread to protect themselves, pay themselves a little bit more, and then see where it leads. So trades off. We're not doing it. We're not going to do it. Well, okay. Let's go see who won a gold medal. A fantastic, shiny, new gold medal. Let me see. Oh, it is right on the bubble. 437.30. We're at 436.95. I thought the buyers may make one more run at it, but they only have 15 seconds to go. So, I feel a little bit like Vince Lombardi. I never lose, but I sometimes run out of time. And it looks like, ding, 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 ding. It looks like we ran out of time. Whoa, barely though. Look at that. Barely. We ended up at 437.18. The range for the A's, John, was 437.30. I basically took this candle here and made the range. B's, you win. A's, son of a gun, we were close. We were close to the great comeback. Okay, well, it's good to see you all. I always enjoy my time hanging out with you. Let's reconvene in a day and a half. Friday morning, we'll bring our coffees. We'll wax philosophically about market conditions and see where it puts us. I will be back on Friday. So, all right, listen, everybody, have a great day. If I don't see you Friday, have a great rest of your week. And as always, happy trading.